Welcome back, everybody. Well, some of our news team was up in the Lincoln area here over the weekend. Yes, the dog made it all the way up to the top of Copper Creek. I did the snow survey and how much water was up in the Copper Creek area. Tons and tons of snow. And anchor Dennis Carlson was down in Lincoln filling sandbags. Thank you very much, Dennis, for doing that. But a lot of snow up here, a lot of water in the Lincoln area, and we're not out of the woods just yet as far as the flooding goes, because all of that snow will eventually melt, even though the flood waters have slowly receded just a little bit here over the last couple of days. Great Falls, what a beautiful day, 72 degrees the current temperature, and what a spectacular day here in the capital after a not so good weekend here. If you headed west of the Continental Divide over around the Lincoln area, boy, was it beautiful, a lot of sunshine there, just kind of some clouds east of the Divide and really kind of south of the Great Falls area. 74 right now in the capital, and there's a little of that warmth further north, kind of an upside down temperature profile. Typically it gets a little cooler the farther north you go, but look at that, Kalispell 79, and then you get further south and temperatures are in the 50s and the 60s, closer to that area of low pressure that affected us last week. On the radar, a couple showers and thunderstorms popped up here over the big snowies out there south of Lewistown into Fergus County. A couple of showers also out south of Fort Peck Lake, but the storm that impacted the state last week with rain, a lot of it, and then also some snow in the higher terrain, that got split from the jet stream and has moved down to the south, and it's currently spinning over the Four Corners. Call that a cut-off low. Now, more on that in just a second, but back to the flooding here. Still, all of Lewis and Clark County remains under a flood warning. The Blackfoot River heading out to around the Missoula area under a flood warning as well. Same with the Clark Fork through Missoula, but a watch for the Clark Fork near Drummond, and then also a watch up here into the Sealy Swan area. A couple areas under a flood watch. Now, Helena, of course, still looking at flood warnings for 7 Mile, 10 Mile, Prickly Pear Creek here. This going until at least Thursday evening, likely extended. Also, the flood warning around the Lincoln area going until 11:15 Thursday evening, but I'm going to say that will be extended into the weekend. And there you can see a few of the flood watch areas here into the western part of the state. Now, Rex block returns. A Rex block is a weather pattern where you have high pressure over low pressure, and there you can see on the satellite here that spinning low. That's the same storm that came through last Thursday and Friday in the southern part of the state here into the weekend. So right now we're in a good position here in Montana with the high pressure overhead, but watch this low spinning over the Great Basin area. It doesn't really look that bad into tomorrow. Should be a nice day, but then it starts heading northeastward here. We'll have thunderstorms moving back into the western part of the state Wednesday afternoon, and then the rain becomes more widespread going through Thursday into Friday. How much precipitation? There is a possibility through this week into the weekend where there could be a couple areas that pick up maybe more than an inch. We don't need any more in the way of wet weather. Forecast for tonight, a beautiful night, comfortable temperatures, lows in the 40s to right around 50 degrees for most locations. Showers moving away from the big snowies will be in the 40s around the capital. And here's the forecast for Tuesday, a terrific Tuesday, summer-like sizzle almost, with highs getting up into the low and mid 80s the farther north you go. A little cooler the farther south you go in the state, still closer to that area of low pressure. And I think around the capital, Ixnay, that little thunderstorm there, it should be a dry, sunny day for the capital, right around 80 degrees. A few storms moving in, though, in the afternoon on Wednesday. And then look at that, Thursday and Friday, just like last week. Showers and steady rain developing here, which could amount to maybe about a ½ inch around the capital, maybe about another ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch around Great Falls. Cooler weather, some rain coming through, and look for those flood waters to rise again Thursday and Friday with this next storm coming in.
We aren't done with the high water yet, correct? All right, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Coming up next on the news at 5.